So copy and complete the table of values for this. Y equals a square plus bx plus c. So this is a quadratic curve. But there is a little problem. We don't know the values of a because the only way we can complete this table is to get the values of a, b, and c. So then we substitute the values of x to get the corresponding values of y. So first thing is to get a, b, and c. And how do we do it? Before then, the quadratic curve is either written this is one of the form. This one is the general form. But we can still write it in terms of the center. So a quadratic curve is either is always y equals a bracket x minus h square plus k, or a bracket x minus alpha times x minus beta. So aside this one we are given, we can still write it in that form. So where the first one, where h comma k is the vertex, and alpha and beta are the x-intercepts. That's where y is 0. So that, but for this question we're going to use this because we are seeing the x-intercept. I'm using y equals a times x minus alpha x minus beta. A is also a constant. We're going to get it. So since what I just said now, x-intercept, that's where y is 0. So minus 3. So x minus 3, that's plus 3. And x minus 1. So to solve it, to finish up the function, we need to get the value of a. So choose any other point. I told you the best point to choose is the y-intercept. So at 0, 1.5. So now that y is what? 1.5. X is 0. So I have 8 times 3 times minus 1. And we know that 1.5 is 3 over 2. So this 3 over 2 is minus 3a. So solving for a, we now have minus 1 over 2. So the function now is y equals minus half times x plus 3 times x minus 1. So that is the quadratic function. So let's now fill up this. So this is now easy. You see, it's easy to solve since we have x. But in case you don't have x-intercept, it will lead to simultaneous equation. Yes, of 3 unknown. Yes, like this one, this question. But there is no x-intercept. You see. So I'll solve this in another video. So let's finish up this. So we are now getting the values. Let's fill up this. So the ones we are looking for at x. So we'll fill up the table. So the next thing is to plot the graph. But before plotting the graph, you need to know the margin because you need to plot it so that it will be very large or very big. You need to know the margin. So as you can see, x is settled. X has the minimum is minus 4, maximum 4. So but y, the minimum is minus 10.5 and the maximum is 2. So the origin will go up so that it will contain more negative. Yes. So okay, so we have equal positive and negative for x and but for y we have more negative. So the origin will go up. So x, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, if I count into 2, 2, 4, 6, 2. Okay. So we'll have we're going 2, 2 for 2 cm for x. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So again we'll have -1, -2, -3, -4. So, okay. So for y, we're moving to 2, so we have 2. This is -2. This is -4, -6, -8, -10, and -12. So let's now look at the points. So, and also we still have a little problem. If you notice, we have -7 points. So let's calculate each of the grid line. Yes, each grid line for x and each grid line for y. That's the small, the minor. Okay. So for x, each grid line. Yeah, so each grid line is always the interval we are moving over the total grid lines. So for x, we are moving 1 interval. So 1 over the total. We have 5 grid lines to that one, 5, 10. So 1 over 10. So it's settled for x. Each of the grid line is 1 over that, 0.1. Y for y, we are moving in 2, 2. So we have 2 and 2 2s, and each of them, so 5, 2 over 5. So each of them will be 0.4. That's each minor grid line is 0.4. That's small lines. Yeah. So now, since we are looking for -7.5, because -4 is already for x is settled, you can see it on the graph. So since we are looking for -7.5, so what do? You want to get the total grid line that will give us minus. So see what I'm saying. This implies that if you are looking for the total grid lines, is the interval over each grid line. So for y now, since I'm looking for 7 points, so the interval now is 7 points. Remember, negative just the direction. Negative shows it down. Over each of the grid line is 0.4. Yes. So let's know how many grid lines that will give us 7.5. So this is 75 over 4. So that under 3 in 35. 35 is 8. That's 2. Remember 3 in 37. And so we have 18.75 grid line. Was 18 point maybe 8, maybe 19. So let's check. So we are moving, see where x -4 is. So we move down how many grid line? 18 or so, 5, 10, 15. You see? 5, 10, 15. So count 16, this small one, 17, 18. So it should be in somewhere here. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So somewhere here, 490. So that's it. So for -3 x -3 y 0, so on the x-axis, so the other one -2 1.5. Again, we are not seeing 1.5. So that same way, 1.5 over So to get 1.5 over 0.4, that's 15 over 4. That should be 3.5. That's 15. 3 remainder 12. That's 3. And that so 3.75. So 3.8. So we'll count when x is what? Minus 2. Y is what? 1.5. So we'll count this positive. So we'll count up. So 5 is not up to. So we'll count 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. You get 3.7. 1, 2, 3 instead of 4, so it should be exactly. So that's when x is minus 2, y is that 1 point. So this one is 0. Okay, 1 minus 1, 2. Minus 1, 2. So it should be here. It's same minus 1, 2. So which one again? 0, 1.5. So remember this is 1.5. So 0, 1.5 should be here also. So which one again? 1, 0 on the x-axis. So which one again? 2.5. So minus 2.5. Okay. So that same way we do 2.5 divided by, so that we'll see over 0.4, which is 25 over 4. So 25 over 4 is 6 and 1 and 10, 2, so 6.25. 6.25. So we'll move to 1 is 2. We'll move 6 points. So this is 5. 6 points. So just pull that 5. 6 around here. 6. This 6. So when x is 3, y is minus 6. Again, okay, we can see minus 6 is there, so it's, and finally when x is 4, y is minus 10 points. So we still do that same thing. 10.5 divided by 0.4, which is 105 over 4. So we'll count, this is 2 and 2 in 25, 6 in 10, 2, 25. So 26.25. So we'll count 26, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. 2, so somewhere. So let's join. Let's now join. So we are joining. We are joining. We are joining. So let's make the line T so that you can see it. maybe let's change the color. Let's change it to red. Okay. So this is now y equals what? So the graph is y equals, so this is y equals minus half x plus 3 x minus 1. So we've plotted that. So again, they ask us, we have done the first and second question. We've done first. So use the graph to solve this, where that is equal to 0. So remember that this is now equal to, the equation is now as squared plus bs plus c. So what I've plotted, where is 0? So meaning x enters, so as you can see, at, so I'm solving the I part of b. So meaning where y is 0. So as you can see, y is 0 at minus 3 and 1. So therefore, the solution is x equals minus 3, x equals minus 3, or x equals 1. So coming to the second one, that's where it's very tricky. They say 2x, use it to solve 2as squared. So we're given 2as squared, 2as squared plus 2, that's bracket 2b minus 1 x plus 2c minus 3 equal to 0. Okay. But remember, the original function is what? If you remember, the original function is y. Let me just write it up here. Y equals as squared plus bs plus c. Now we are asked to use it and solve this. So we need to transform this one to look like that. So, and if you check the coefficient, what I have here is a, but what I have here is 2. So I divide both sides by 2. So I have as squared plus 2b minus 1 over 2x plus 2c minus 3 over 2 equal to 0. So we are getting it. So this is as squared plus, this is b minus 1 over 2x plus c minus 3 over 2 equals 0. And if we open up, we have as squared plus bx minus 1 over 2x plus c minus 3 over 2 equals 0. So we now have two functions which are as squared plus bx plus c. And if you move, let's move this one to the other side, which is half x plus 3 over 2. So using that same thing we did here, you know why the answer is x equals minus 3 and x equals 1 in the first one is the point of intersection of the curve, which is y equals a squared plus bs plus c, and the x-axis. Another name for x-axis is y equal to 0. So that's why where they intersected, that's why the answer is minus 3 and 1. So now, that same thing now, we have these are, or it might be more than one, these are the points of intersection of y, the original curve, and another curve which is y equals 1 over 2x plus 3 over 2. Yes. So, but we've done the first one. We've drawn the first one. That's a squared plus bs plus c. So we need to draw y equals half x plus 3 over 2. And y equals half x plus 3 over 2 is a line. It's a straight line because it's a line. So we need to draw the line. And how do you draw a line? You need 2 points. So for you to draw a particular line, you need 2 points. So see the line now. The line is y equals half x plus 3 over 2. Since I need 2 points, let's choose the point on the graph so that we'll make it. So if we choose x equals 0, yes, it's on the point. It's within the boundary. So choose the ones that will see that are accommodated. Choose the point that are accommodated on the curve, that's the table. So don't choose something that is out of the grid line. So let's choose x equals 0. So if I choose at x equals 0, you see that y is now 3 over 2. Yeah, which is 1.5 is there. And also if I choose at x equals maybe minus 2. Because is it there? It's there now, it's on the table. X equals minus 2. Let's know whether y is there after substituting x. So if I put y, give now half minus 2 plus 3 over 2. This is minus 1 plus 3 over 2. So that's minus 1 plus 1 and 1. So I think we are left to as half. As half, which is on the curve 0.5. Yes, it's accommodated there. 0.5 is there. Okay. So let's now draw the line. So first point, I've located the first point, which is what? At x equal to 2, y equal to 1.5. So at x equal to 0, y is 1. So this is my first point. I'm about to draw the line. So that's my first point. And the other, when x equals minus 2, y is 0.5. So again, let's check 0.5. 0.5 now have 0.5 over 0.4, which is 5 over 4. That is 1.25. That's 1.2. We'll go. So why the second point? I told you for what we've told that when x is minus 2, y is 0.5, which is 1.25 billion. So it should be here. Oh, so let's join the line. Let's join the point so that we'll get the line. So that's the line. So the line is y equals half x. Always level. Y equals half x minus 3 over 2. So from our answer, that's the x value. That's the answer is now minus 3. Therefore the solution is either x equals minus 3 or x equal to 0 from the, as you can see, that is it. The point of intersection of the two curves. So here x is 0, y here x is minus 3. So that's the end of the solution. So thank you.